Hey, darling.
What it do, Q?
Oh, Lord.
Well, people, we are back after a little hiatus. Welcome back. Please share, text your friends, send them a message, let them know we're back and we're back live. Hello, good people. Glad you're back. Yes, yes. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Good to be back. Good to be back. Good to see y'all. I miss y'all a little bit. Miss y'all a little bit. Chit chatting with y'all, getting some situations ironed out and things. Kind of miss y'all, but welcome, welcome for y'all that ain't seen me in a minute. Hey y'all, it's your girl Kat, K, aka Kat.
I'm Jay,
Uh,
aka the Tide Dog, because of you. No. And
none of this has changed. None of the foolery has. None of if y'all been rocking with us for a minute.
why a little bit.
I kind of feel you on that one. I kind of feel you. It's good to see y'all. I did miss y'all. I had to take a little step to the side to get some stuff situated in my life. Get me together. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I've been busy, real busy, still busy, but it's good to be back in the building.
Hey, Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Air cover girl. Okay, okay.
She's here. She has arrived. Like I said, everybody should know by now, but Cover Girl has arrived. And it's like I said, it's good to be back. Even on my break, I've had some very interesting conversations.
Mhm.
Hey,
Hey, long hair don't count. It's in the building.
yeah, even on my break, I I'm ready for a vacation, honey.
Yes.
Like I need a
Thank
break.
you, Jocelyn.
I
Thank
need
you.
a break. But it's good to be back. I'm glad. Oh, I'm so glad to see. So glad to see
Mhm.
y'all still rocking with us
Yes,
after
yes.
we had to dip off for a little bit, but we here and we back as much as we can be back. I still got a lot of things going on, a lot of things coming up, but as much as I can be on here and like I said, y'all are people now. Y'all been rocking with us for a minute and y'all are people. Like I said, even in my break, I've had some very interesting conversations that are going to lead to some interesting topics that are on the way.
Mhm.
We've had some interesting conversation with some people, and it's just time to have some real talk, and that's why you got cat and dog. You got cat and dog. Cat's gonna give it to you over here, and then dog gonna take you over there to the left, y'all. We still operate. We still operate
No,
the
I
same.
gotta always be to the left. Thank you, Jocelyn.
Mm.
Your
That-
phone travels with you, ma'am.
it does, but I might not be in. You know what I'm saying? I might need some beverages that don't allow me to, speak in the same terms and have my, thoughts put together.
You stay left field.
Right. Why are you trying to deny that right there? But
I do not. I do not.
yes, it is. That's how we compliment each other because you stay in left field and I have to bring you back sometimes, but it's all good. I love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome back. We back, like I said, and we got some interesting stuff coming up from
So
some.
before we get into this topic, you want to tell the folks why
I told you that's why.
you've been back?
This is why. This is
So
why.
for all of you who have not seen on Facebook or follow,
This is why.
Trina is now a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And she it was definitely a journey. Um, that has just happened in the last
Month,
month, 3 weeks.
month.
For me, it was 18 years ago that I pledged Omega Psi Phi. So a lot of the hustle and bustle I had forgotten about. Um, and when you're already in the organization and you know someone going through, support looks a little different.
Yeah.
Support looks a lot different. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Support looks different because for 18 years I didn't remember all the stuff that I had to do back then because I was much younger and less grayer. Um, so you don't want your mate to fail. You want her to be the best. You want her to be on top. Many of you who know me know, yes, Lord. Many of you know we don't do mediocre. We don't have anything with media in it. We want to be the best and we want to do it to the next level. So I kind of took that venture through the process, and I didn't go to Delta Land. I was riding outside the city limits, but I was making sure the person that was trying to get there was going to stay on track. And it took a lot of time and energy, but it is what we do, is what we hear. It's a lifetime commitment for the both of us. So now you'll be flooded with not only purple, but now you'll see red all the time. And we'll do it. So let's jump on into the topic.
And the topic is,
when do you choose you? Now, this has been, that's a beautiful thing it is. This has been some Coleman love for all of you who don't know. Google it. They'll tell you about it.
Thank you, love.
Yes, it is this topic is real. Guys, you owe it to yourself. And you should not compromise, Jocelyn.
Absolutely.
You owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. You owe it to yourself to make yourself happy. You owe it to yourself to do things that are pleasing for you. You owe it to yourself just because you live it. Nobody can take care of you better than you. In the days of dating, courtship, relationship, you got to know when. You got to know when to step back and say, you know what, Ms. B, you don't get fined if some words slip out. I hope you don't. If you get fined, I'll pay for it. If the shit don't work, you must have quit. If it's not working for you, when you're in a relationship or dating and the struggles are so tough and so it weighs on you until you just need to open up and tell somebody about what the hell is going on, it's time for you to reassess that situation. That leads to a bigger decision, right? Do I stay? Do I leave? Is this for me? Is this not? But at the end of the day, the first thing that you should do, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Your first thing that you should do is choose you. This channel is governed and produced by she, me, and her. This you got to choose you. You know, I shall not, I cannot, God damn it, I ain't. In other words, I'm not compromising me. There are some people on this live who work with me and have worked with me. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but it's going to be the truth. You can like it. You can love it. Or you don't like it. I really don't care. But you got to take care of yourself. All you have in life is you, your reputation, and the stuff that you stand for. And if you don't stand for you, you falling for everything else. I'm gonna let you go before I start. Because I feel like I need to start preaching.
Come on, bring it. Jay-Lation's got a little dust on it, right? Jay-Lation's got a little dust on it. But if you, like I said, this has come from, and it's a conversation that I've had with multiple people almost about the exact same thing. And that's where when do you choose you If you're not happy, if you're not okay with the way our things are going in your life, if you're not happy with the decisions that you made, when do you choose you and say, I am enough? And if you're not enough for them, then it's time for you to move along. Sometimes we get so attached to situations and to people that will show you, people will show you who they are. And sometimes we stay, we want to give the benefit of the doubt. We don't want to back up and move out and start over. We get so caught up that we will stay unhappy, that we will stay unsatisfied, that we will stay unfulfilled, that we will stay being taken advantage of. We will stay in those situations because you haven't chosen yourself. You've given somebody else the opportunity to say, I need you in every way that I need you, but when you need me, I'm unavailable. That is 100% unacceptable in my book. If I can be available to you, if I can compromise, if I can sacrifice, if I can give you me, and I don't get the same in return, then that's unacceptable. That's not a healthy anything. We talk a lot about being in healthy relationships, healthy situationships, having healthy friendships. That comes from setting boundaries with people. You allow people treat you the way you allow them to treat you. And if you unhappy, then that means you're allowing yourself to be unhappy. Life is too short. Life is too short. The days are moving fast. And to be so connected to somebody and want some, let me take that connected back. To want somebody so bad. Sometimes we stay because we don't want to be alone. We don't want to start over. We don't want to do those things. So we stay connected to somebody that is not good for your mental health, somebody that's not good for your physical health, somebody that's not good for your well-being, but you continue to allow them to take from you. You continue to allow them to use you. You continue to allow them to just do whatever it is that they feel that they want to do. They only want you when they want you. They only want you when it's been beneficial to them. In all of that, where are you? Where is your voice? Where is your happiness? Where is your peace? First of all, that's why we had this conversation in the beginning of our relationship. Baby, if it interrupts my peace, if all we can do is argue, if I can't tell you how I feel and you receive how I feel instead of telling me how I should feel, how you think I feel, if I can't express to you how I feel and we can have an adult conversation about how I feel and then we can move forward, then I didn't choose me. I let you choose which parts of me that you want. I let you choose me when you want me, not me being fulfilled in the areas of my life that I need, that I want you as my partner. I want you as my partner for a reason. But if I'm not choosing me and I'm not stepping up for me, I've given all of my power to you. You should never give all of your power to somebody and give them the opportunity to make you happy or to decide when you're happy. That's up to you. Every day you get a choice. Every day you wake up, it's a choice to decide, is today the day that I choose me? Is today the day that I stand up for me? Is today the day that I'm just going to do whatever it is that I want to do for me? Without the permission of somebody else, without somebody else arguing with you, if somebody else making the decision for you, is today the day that I choose me. And the day that you decide to choose you is the day that your life will change. I can tell you, because the day that I chose me, like all of y'all that's been following for a while, y'all know I was in an abusive relationship, domestic violence, the whole 9 yards. The day that I decided to choose me is the day that my life changed. And the day that you decide to choose you, you'll go through, like I said, I was single for 5 years prior to Jaye. I had to learn some things about me. I had to get me together. And some people are so afraid to be so afraid to be alone for a little while. If you're alone for a little while and you do the work that is necessary, then whoever is for you, they will come. Sometimes we seek out people just because whatever reason we seek them out for. And it turns out that you caught up. It's hard for you to walk away. It's hard for you to tell them the truth. Like, this is not working. I need more from you. And if you don't get that, then choose yourself and go give it to yourself 100%. Even though you shouldn't be asking nobody for nothing that you can't do for yourself. That's just how I feel.
So, for all you worldly people who worldly, yeah, they love the world. All of you who believe in what's some things this Sagittarius, Taurus, all that stuff.
Zodiac signs.
Zodiac signs. So I'm a Libra. And Libras are unashamed. Libras are leaders. Libras don't care about what you say. Libras are going to protect their reputation. Libras are going to always keep it real. Why is that not a life lesson? You can't be in a relationship where you become subservient. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, Lord.
You can't be in a relationship where everything is always you giving and never receiving. And in a relationship, there is some equation that where the giving and receiving should be within 10 to 15% of each other. Right? Case in point, cat and dog. I like what I like, and it's not really normal. And we know it costs. She likes what she likes. It doesn't cost as much, but she wants twice as much as I want. Therefore, in that giving and receiving, that is almost the same. If you're spending all your time, which equals money, if you're spending all your resources, which equals money, if you're spending everything to foster, promote, hold on to a relationship, then you're doing it wrong. You should never be in a part where you're without to make sure someone else has all of the things that they want. I didn't say some. I said all of the things that they want. How dare you forget about yourself? The choose you is every day. Every day that you wake up, you should choose you. Michael Jackson's, one of his most famous songs is Man in the Mirror. We're not going to sing it, but after this is over with, look at those lyrics. You got to make the change, and the change is to be with you, and it's going to be hard. Love and lust will make you do crazy things. Love and lust will make you accept things that make you smaller than you are. And then through time, you start to realize and reveal, and in time will reveal that maybe I'm doing a bit too much. And I'm not receiving anything. Reciprocity.
It's important.
It is important to make sure that your giving and getting hangs around the same arena. When you give so much of yourself until you forget who you are and why you're doing it,
Giving too much.
You've given too much. It's just like when we say I've headed up to here, then it's time. I've worked in corrections a long time. 1,100 inmates, 43 officers. We said 43 in, 43 out. But what was telling about those 1,000 and something inmates, they always knew. And they would tell other inmates, hey, when Captain Baker get fed up because he's going to start popping his neck. And when he started popping his neck, all y'all better watch out. Well, when you get to that point and know what that point is for you, know when you feel like you have lost control. When you realize that you're at that point, that you feel like you've lost control, it's time to step back and reassess that situation. I'm not saying that you can't have a conversation with the person,
Sometimes you
but
can't, though.
but we're at mission critical.
Anyway, sometimes
Right.
they're not willing to have the conversation. It's like people, like I said, people don't know that they're doing something wrong. People understand when they're treating people in a way that they shouldn't be. And that's because you've allowed it. They only do what you allow them to do. And those are things that you have to establish in the beginning. There are boundaries, there are limits, there are things that you will and will not do. There are things that you will and you will not accept. Those things happen in the beginning, but sometimes, it's so easy to get caught up in the fun and typically the fun that happens in the beginning of a relationship. Those are the things that get you caught up, that get you messed up sometimes, because we're only focused on the good times. But what's going to happen when the moment comes that you're the only one doing, that you're the only one giving, that you're the one that only gets the negative of them? When you address how you feel, everything that they say back to you is negative. When do you take a step back and say, hey, if I can't get the same that I'm giving, or if we can't be right there at the, right there in the little same area, then what are we doing? What are we doing if I only get the negative from you when I'm not doing for you? Or when I'm not giving to you, I only get the negative from you. I can't even have a conversation with you and express to you how I feel. I get the negative. Something's wrong with me if I express how I feel. Been there, done that. I had no feelings. I had no say. None of that mattered. I wasn't choosing me. I was allowing you to dictate how I feel, what I should be doing, and all of the above. Where's the choice? Life is a choice. Everything in life is a choice. If you don't choose you, then what do you choose? If you don't choose you, then how do you operate? You operate on allowing everybody else, other people, to dictate the things that you do, your happiness. The way you feel, the way you allow, that's all of your power is gone if you give that much to somebody else, to allow them to tell you like I said, everything that they say to you is negative in response to you explaining how you feel. But you see and know that you're the only one doing. You're the only one going the extra mile. You're the only one giving. They're only available when they need you. When did you choose you? When did you say I matter? I matter. I'm somebody. I matter. I have a voice. I have an opinion. And if this is not working for me, it's okay. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We stop forcing things that don't work. Sometimes they just don't. If it's not natural, if it's not organic, if it doesn't just flow, not necessarily perfect, but if it doesn't just flow, if it doesn't, or if it's not organic, if it doesn't just feel good and feel right, stop forcing it. Stop forcing it. Don't be an option. Don't allow somebody to make you an option. Options, well, I'll call them when I need this. I'll be available when I need you to do this. I don't got time right now for that. That's an option.
Why am I divorced?
Yeah. Exactly. You chose you.
How can grown folks raise
another person? Baby, I'm trying to tell you.
Here is the answer to that is because you allow it.
That's the answer. That is the answer.
Pride in who you are. Being an individual, that makes you unique. You have characteristics that no other human being carries. Yep. You have ideals and visions and wants and needs that are totally different from everyone else. When you start talking about a union, then they need to be closely aligned. And if they're not closely aligned, it's not for you. It's kind of like running into a brick wall. You keep running, but you're never going any farther unless you break the wall down, really. uh, but we get so caught up in the need to want somebody because your girlfriends got somebody or multiple somebodies, and your boys, I hang out with the bros, and when it's time to go home, it's time to go home for me. There is no question, right? Anybody know the bros? We got the party and the after party, and then the after party. I don't need to be there for that. Being an individual is the best thing because it's you. It is unadulterated you. It is not fake. It is not phony. It is not anything but who you are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can't apologize for who you are.
You shouldn't.
Now, does being who you are sometimes say that I can do better? Yes. But does being an individual say I should let people tell me what to do? Mm-hmm. If you want to be an individual, then you don't ascribe to that idea. Two individuals come together to become one, or in a relationship, or marriage, whatever way you want to take that word one. So if you are coming together, then we got to be moving in the same direction. Them chicks fronting and stressing. I'm good with my cake. One person shouldn't be pulling, one person shouldn't be pushing. We should be trying to do this together. And yes, for those of you who thought about finances, there's going to always be somebody that makes more than somebody. When a person can't accept that, it's time to walk away and find the strength to do it. That is the key. Where is that strength? The strength is you're an individual and you owe it to yourself. Choose you.
That's the strength, is that you owe it to yourself.
You owe it to yourself. The first thing you do is you roll out of bed. Many of you have said, hey, it's another day. I pray, thank the Lord for another day. Then the next person you should be thanking is yourself. You should have a plan for who you are and what you do and where you're going. Those vision boards that were so popular back in the day, and I think I still seen some on TikTok. Why is it that you can spend 3, 4, 5 hours creating this vision in your life journey and you allow somebody to take your board and crumble it up and throw it away?
Like you had no idea.
Like you had nothing. Those words that people say, you was nothing till I found you. I make you better. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't. Okay. When you got people that love to say those things, they got a word for them. That's another topic. When people tell you that, give them the gift of goodbye. Throw your hand up, blow in your fist, give them those 2 fingers, or you could blow in there, give them 1 finger. Depending on what day it is, that's what they get. And keep moving. Keep moving. Misery loves company. And some people are functioning in dysfunction. And because they have functioned in dysfunction for so long, they think it's normal.
It is to them.
They think it's normal.
To them it is, but you don't have to allow them to make that your normal.
Well, I said they think it's normal. I didn't say you.
Yeah, but if you allow them, they will make that your normal because that's all they know, or they think that that's normal. That's normal because they've operated it in so long. They'll make you change your mind and think that their dysfunction is normal. That's when you got to know who you are. You have to choose you. Like, wait a minute. If this don't look right to me, this don't feel right to me, then it ain't right for me. They've operated in the dysfunction. They've operated in all the mess instead of taking the time. My thing is always Take the time to get yourself together. Sometimes that means being by yourself. Not only being by yourself, but working on yourself. Not only being single, not only being alone, but you got to do something in that time. You got to spend some time getting to know who you are, the things that you like, the things that you don't like. I had to take that time for me because I gave somebody else that opportunity to tell me all of those things. I gave them that opportunity to tell me who I was, who I wasn't, what I liked, what I didn't like. But once I chose me and I walked away from that, then I had to figure that out for myself. Sometimes it seems much easier to allow somebody else to say, hey, you don't like that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to, it's just, and you just go along with it. You just go along with it. If they say, you don't want to do that, you don't like that, whatever. You give that power to somebody else. And I did that. But when I walked away from that and I learned who Kat was, then that was my life changer. I chose me. And I had to choose me or else. It's like you walking around in the world taking up space. You breathing in air that you like, what are you doing? Each day is a choice. Each day, you have to make choices that affect who you are as a person. I am who I am, and he is who he is. But together, we shit together. Together, but we've done things to get to that place in the beginning. Like I said, if you've been following us for a while, we had the rough ride in the beginning. And it was like, okay, either I'm walking away, either this is going to happen, or we just going to call it quits. And we ain't even got started yet, but we about to call it quits. There were some decisions that were made. There were some conversations that had to be had. It wasn't I've worked on myself. I've done all of this stuff for me to be better, for me to allow you to not be better, not be great, and then to tell me, we got to talk about it. And if we can't talk about it, some people you can't talk to. They know it all. And if it's not their way, then it's no way. Then guess what? It's time for you to choose you and let them have it their way. Whatever that is, walk away from it. Take whatever it is. Take your losses. Some people don't want to take a loss. Baby, take that L. You're worth that L. What's on the other side of that L will change your life forever. You looking at the one that it happened to. What was on the other side of that L? I walked away from everything that I had. I ain't never had it better. Now, take that L and walk away. It's okay. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about choosing you and saying, this ain't working for me. If it's not working, it's just not working. Don't be an option. Don't let somebody choose you when they need you. Choose you all the time, and you'll know when somebody else is choosing you because they truly want you.
So the pastor, she in her bag over there. She in her bag over there. The pastor cover girl that came across the screen. Pastor cover girl. It takes courage and strength to walk away.
Yeah, it really does.
It takes some time to heal.
It does.
You gotta figure it out. You gotta go through that process. And yes, you gotta heal. Yep. But what's on the other side of that is what's important.
Absolutely.
Healing has never killed anybody. Healing is actually the process of moving something from bad to good. Yep. Right? When you have a sore or you have whatever, the word is it's healing. And eventually that heals until you don't even recognize that it was on your leg, arm, shoulder, wherever it was. Healing moves you from bad toward good. Sometimes we see it in reverse, though. Sometimes we think healing is spending time with people who are bad for us because we don't want to be alone. Lord, there's nothing wrong with being alone. You know, for any men that are on here that are staying with women, what's the best time in that house? What is the best time that presents itself in that house? When you stay in the house and the woman is gone. You walk around that house in your underwear and you with your wife beater on, and that's your castle. You know why? Because you needed that time just to be you. We're not celebrating that you were in the house by yourself. We're celebrating the fact that, whoo, I can just chill and do me, whatever that is. Right? If I want to cook a hamburger with no cheese, then do it. Being alone and finding yourself is a wonderful thing. It is very simple to do. The problem is our friends and acquaintances fool us into thinking that that's not normal. Rap songs and VH1 and all of these things fool us into thinking that being alone is not a good thing. I gotta have somebody to weather the storm. They can't weather your storm because it's your storm. You may can talk to them. You may can confide in them if they are that type of person too. But the storm that you're in, the season that you're in is your season. This is your season for mercy, for grace.
Some people extend their seasons by staying too long. Without your season ain't gonna always be good. There gonna be some. You gotta go through some things to get to some things, right? So your season, you can extend your season. You can extend your season of going through by not learning the lessons that you were meant to learn. Some things come as a lesson. Sometimes you learn the lesson and you walk away. Sometimes we don't learn the lesson. It'll come back. It'll come back in a different form. It'll come like you can leave this one and don't heal yourself. Go to the next one and see what's gonna happen. You're gonna need healing from that one and that one. Leave that one and go to the next one. Guess what's gonna happen? Now you need healing from 3 people. Sit in that season for too long, but that's by your own actions. That's by your own doing. There was something you were supposed to get and move along, but you didn't. You chose to stay. Now you got to learn it twice. The second time ain't gonna be like the first time. It's the choice that you make. When you choose you, then it's easy to choose the things for you. It should be that make you happy, that give you joy and peace and all of that. And if anything comes to interrupt those things, then those are the things that you got to let go of. But guess what? Those are the things that feel good. Those are the things that are fun. Those are the things. Sometimes you got to let that go.
Life lessons. Life will give you lessons.
That.
Another great lyricist says, God has a funny way of showing us lessons. Sometimes the person is your star. Oh, watch out now. Watch out. Come on now. Clear sunny skies when you drop them off at the Greyhound station or airport.
Come on here.
Here we go.
Hanging on too long.
Hanging on too long. People, as they say, singing in the background. Peanut gallery. Those who don't want you to have more than they have. People who don't want you to see the advance, you just stay right here. It's okay. I've been right here for 15 years and I'm still living. What the hell does that mean for you? At some point, we got to make a decision to choose us, to choose you, to move you forward, to keep progressing. Hey, my daddy said it best. Son, progress must progress. The world is ever changing. If things are not going better for you, something's wrong. We need to step back and figure what that is. What is keeping us from taking the great to great? What is keeping us from taking the bad to good? That's in between us, that word healing. You got to spend some time. Yeah, you got to say self. Yourself got to say, and you got to have a conversation. And trust me, it's easier to call yourself a fool than it is for 3 other people to call you a fool. See, when you call yourself a fool, you can process that. When people call you a fool, you can't get to the processing because you want to retaliate for the name that they just called you. You're offended. You flabbergasted. You taken aback. Well, sometimes you out there doing foolish stuff. And it is some people that will call you out directly or indirectly. Just your work at your plan. Work at your goals. Keep those first and foremost. If your goals can be incorporated with someone else's, great. If there's no incorporation, it's time to go, people. It's time to go. The gift of giving is free. The gift of giving brings you joy. We've had like 4 comments on here. When I left my baby daddy, I was happy. When I dropped him off, I was happy. Why am I divorced and happier? At some point, you got to stop being Erica Badu and being the bag lady. And men, we do it too. Men, we will hold on to these women. We just will hold on to them. We hold on to them. We hold on to them, and I don't know why. But oh, if you had a daddy like I did, he'd tell you why you hold on to one. So, you know, my dad was an old school dad. So, and I don't mind sharing this story. Some of you have already heard. At the age of 16, you know, I was a star basketball player, straight A student. There was none that I wanted. So as the old folks say, I started smelling myself. One day my dad called me outside. He said, boy, you're losing your mind. Every woman that come around, it's 5, 6 women coming to see you. He said, for what? He said, son, all of them go this way. He said, now when you go crazy is when you find one that goes this way. Now it took me years and years to figure out what he was saying. But everybody got one. All the ladies got one. In this day and age, you never know who has one. But don't get caught up with the sexual organs or the voluptuous features of a woman if she has nothing inside her head, or she has nothing to bring to the table, or she's not meeting you halfway. Don't wear yourself out and you find yourself old, dusted, busted, and disgusted, and everybody else that's your age looks 20 years younger because you were the one that was running around trying to get everything in every kind of way. You were stressed out. You were stressed out and didn't know it because you thought you was enjoying life. But what you was doing was wearing yourself out. Sometimes people got to say what they got to say. You have to accept it. You have to leave these lives and leave conversations and then replay these things and say, okay, what did I take out of this? The great thing about the K&J show is we got these lovely recaps that usually come on. And these recaps kind of give you stuff to think about. It's like the snack after the dinner, right? You've watched the show. The recaps kind of give you something to take with you the next day. Hey, what's going on, Cliff? It takes something with you. It puts something in your pocket that is not that robust, but it reminds you that, yeah, I need to look at that. If you're not choosing yourself, then what are you choosing?
And that's the thing we want you to, like I said, I've had a conversation with several people along the same lines.
Mm-hmm.
Along the same lines, like, okay, where in there did you not think that you were enough to be chosen by somebody the way that you're choosing them? You're choosing them over yourself, but they don't think the same of you. They don't even give you the same anything that you're giving to them, but you continue to give it to them. You're not getting reciprocity. Mm-hmm. We somehow or another, it always comes up. Reciprocity. I don't have to give you in the same manner that you give me. I might not need that. But what you give me has to be something that I need.
And the headache ain't it.
Please don't give me the headache.
Headache or the heartache is not.
Without all of the headaches. I can do without all the aches and pains. I don't need none of that. But what I give you and what you give me, it may not be the same thing, but there has to be a give from the both of us to each other. There has to be. What you need from me today is not what I need from you today. I need you to rub my feet because they hurt. I need you to I need you to put this lotion on my back. I need you to do the little things. That's all I need from you today. Tomorrow it might be something else. I might need $10,000 tomorrow, but it's okay. What you need from me is, I don't know. I need to know how your day was. I need to know where your mind is. Then I can give you the things that I can give you whatever it is that you need. I might need $10,000 tomorrow. It's okay. I'll tell you about it later.
I bet you will.
But there has to be whatever it is that I need. I might be feeling fine today. Tomorrow I might not be. I might need a little extra tomorrow. But it's okay. But there has to be some sacrifices. There has to be some compromise. There has to be some give and take. You cannot keep pouring from your cup. Guess what's gonna happen to your cup when it's empty?
It's dry. It's empty.
What they got it all. Are they gonna in turn pour some back in your cup after they took it all? They didn't turn. I got enough. They just let you keep pouring. And guess what you did? You just kept pouring. You just kept pouring.
That song Refill. So, not a fan of the song, but think about restaurants and the drinks that you have. You drink it all up, but somebody comes and refills it because that's that person's job. That person that should be your mate, that person that's your husband, wife, boo thing, babe, whatever the word is of the day, that's what their job is. Their job is to refill your cup. Their job is to, and you may even go as far as to say their job is to keep your cup from getting empty in the first place. That's still a form of refilling. We have to get to a point, people, where we're not ashamed to take care of ourselves. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Spiritually, we got to take care of ourselves. We're doing us no good, the world no good, the children that we have no good if we're not taking care of ourselves. Just because your affairs are in order, we got life insurance policies, don't mean that we good. Life doesn't stop with that. We got to keep this thing moving. It has to be important to you. Life has to be important. Live well, laugh often, love much. It's all about you. And what you give and the energy that you provide, typically, with the right choices, that energy comes back. And if that person is not doing that, then it's not coming back. So, bam, today's segment recaps. Great, because I can read this now. Jalations. 5 and 1, you owe it to yourself to take care of you. Point blank, period. K-lations. People will show you who they are. Pay attention to what you're shown. Hey. Hey, don't compromise you. There it is. There it is. If I can give you me and you get the same in return, and you can't get the same in return or don't, that's unacceptable. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you. Take control of your individuality. If it interrupts my peace, I'm not choosing me. Never give all your powers to someone and allow them to choose whether you're going to be happy or not. The day that you decide to choose you is the day that your life will change forever. Comment of the day. If you want to have somebody, want the one in the mirror, you, first and foremost, Lisa. There it is. These things, you can't be in a relationship where you're doing all the giving.
Relationship, what they call it, indentured servitude.
Indentured servitude. If you're spending everything to cater to a relationship and it's not being reciprocated, You're not choosing you. Now you broke. When you feel like you've lost control. It's okay if it doesn't work. Stop forcing things to work. It's not organic. Man, there's some powerful stuff here. Acknowledge your uniqueness and know when someone isn't aligned with your uniqueness. Oh, yeah. Be unapologetically and authentically you. You. Hey,
You owe it. You
there's
owe it.
there's nobody else that's gonna take care of you.
Nobody's gonna choose you like you choose you.
Know when to give them the gift of goodbye. Yep. Some people function in dysfunction, but don't allow them to make dysfunction your normal. Now that right there is a word. Learn who you are so that no one else can convince you of who they want you to be. It is okay to take the L and walk away. Take time to heal. Healing moves you from bad to better. Hey, this is what it is. No one else can weather your storm. It's your storm.
That's a word, babe.
Don't extend your season far too long by staying longer. Yes. When you choose you, it's easier to choose the things for you that makes you happy. Well, good. We was on one today. What is keeping us from taking great to greater? We are. The gift of the goodbye is free and it brings you joy. Where is your life did you stop thinking you were enough for? Now, that was hell. That was one there. You cannot keep pouring from an empty cup. Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
It's you have to.
Wow.
You have to.
Wow.
And that's what we want you to think about. In choosing you. Like I said, it's not selfish to choose yourself. It's not selfish to choose you. If you're not well, how are you beneficial to somebody else if you're not well? If you're unhappy, if you're, always complaining about what somebody else is doing that you're allowing them to do, stop complaining if you're allowing them to do it. That's a choice. Stop them from doing it by walking away. Sometimes you just have to back up, back.
Was working over there.
Yeah, we had to come on back. Like I said, I miss my people. I've had a whole lot of conversations, and we got a whole lot of topics on the way. I've missed my people, but it's imperative that you choose you. We were given this one life to live. You should never not be a priority in your life. I've said it 1,000 times on this show. You should never not be a priority in your life. It's not selfish to choose yourself. You have to make sure that you're okay mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Make sure that all of those things are okay. If the person that you're with, the person that whatever is in your space, doesn't add to those things, doesn't allow you to operate in a good space in those things, it's time to reevaluate that. It might be time to walk away. It might be time to let it go. It might be time to take a step back. Sometimes when you stop doing for people, they pay attention. But as long as you keep doing it, they don't have a reason to pay attention because you keep doing it. If you take away all of the things that you're the only one doing, that might get their attention. And if it doesn't get their attention, then you definitely need to walk away.
Yes. Just stop existing for others and stop living for you.
Come on, Nisa.
That we can't beat that enough.
Yeah.
To say that you're living for you and the things that people do around you may not be for you. Right? The things that people do, the things that people settle for. Settling is what it is. It is settling. It is for the bare minimum. It's like contract negotiation. When you're working and negotiating the pay that you receive, you don't settle. You consistently push for more and more money. The same with this. Don't settle for others, what other people think is normal, or else you'll never move. We talk about generational curses. We talk about public housing authorities and how sometimes that is the goal of people. If I could just get into public housing, my rent will be controlled and I can stay forever. Why? So your rent is controlled, but you can never make more money. You can never do anymore because you're scared to make more money, because if you make more money, you got to pay more rent. But if you pay more rent, you will be living in better accommodations. We settling for peace, happiness, and anything else my fluffy self wants.
Ice cream, some chicken wings. Look,
Yes.
we settling for that. We settling for that. We're gonna settle for Chick-fil-A. We're gonna settle for that. But those things, like you said, if that's your mindset,
Mm-hmm.
that's just like allowing somebody else to make the decisions for your life. Somebody just told you that you can't make more money than this. Somebody just told you that you can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this, or you can't live here. So you like, okay, I ain't gonna do none of that stuff because I'm just gonna live right here. That's but anyway, another topic for another day. That's in the same as in relationships. That's somebody telling you that you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, you don't like that. Oh, you shouldn't do this. If you have a dream, a goal, if you aspire to do anything in life, first of all, if you make up your mind to do it, you should do it. But having the support of somebody else makes that a little easier. But if you wake up one day and aspire to go to the moon, then do everything that's in your power, or that you think that you can do to get yourself to the moon. That's how you should choose you. That's how you choose your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. Don't choose somebody that tell you that, girl, what, go where? Do what? That's you. Choose you and tell yourself, I'm going to the moon. Tell yourself, I'm going wherever it is I'm going to. I'm going back to school. I'm going to apply for this. I'm going to tell yourself those things. And if the person that's in your space can't support those things, check your space. Check your space. Right. And the one in the middle. And the one in the middle. Check your space, but choose you, and don't allow anybody to tell you that you can't, you shouldn't, you won't. Tell yourself what you can and you will do. Then you gotta operate in that. But you got to get yourself together. You got to make sure you're healed. You got to make sure that your mindset is right, that your spirituality is okay, that emotionally you're grounded, that you're not moved by somebody else's emotions. You're not moved by when you decide that I'm out, they start crying and you go back. You didn't cry when I was here doing everything under the sun for you with nothing in return. You didn't cry then, don't cry now. I'm out.
Peace out.
Holla.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Details are always in the caption. Please make sure you like, click, share. Turn your notifications on. We are back in the building. Inbox us for Facebook topics. This is great. Interact. Let's do it. Let's continue it going. I'm glad I'm back. Glad to have Kat back. And we'll pick up on some of those doghouse topics as we move forward. Because we have some unfinished business with the refrigerator in the bedroom. So I haven't forgot. We will get that back on board, and we'll go there once again. It's been Real Talk with K and J every Wednesday, 7:30 to 8:30. We're back, and we enjoyed it. Real Talk with K and J. I am Jay, a.k.a. the dog.
K, a.k.a. Cover Girl.
That ain't what that say.
That's what
Okay. AKA Cat, AKA Cover Girl. It's been real. We love it. Peace out. Coleman love to you all. Are you?